Have you ever felt stuck creatively? You sit down to draw or scrapbook or work in your planner or make a piece of art and nothing seems to come out. You have no ideas. You draw a blank as you stare at your blank canvas. This happens to me quite often. Usually, I just step away from my workspace and wait until my creativity comes back. But sometimes I feel like I'm in a creative funk for several days. This week, I have several deadlines that I need to meet. I can't just rest for days until I get that spark of creativity again. But every time I sat down to try to work on my projects, I just drew a blank. I just kept thinking about the deadline and was worried about the fact that nothing was coming out. So I decided to do a trick to get my creative juices flowing again. I saw a video about this trick by Creations CeeCee. I've never heard of her channel before, but somehow YouTube recommended the video to me as I was trying to create but stuck on ideas. I really don't think that was a coincidence. So I thought I'll try it, but in my own style. This is what you do. First, pick whatever medium you tend to work with. I have been trying to film my new Filofax clipbook with doodles, so I chose to use just a piece of paper and my pen. If you're a painter, use paint. Begin by drawing one type of shape. I chose to draw these funky raindrops. You can do circles or squares, just keep it simple. Next is the fun part. After you draw your shapes, challenge yourself to fill each shape up with a pattern. The purpose of this trick is to get you to stop thinking about the project that you need to do and to just start creating. Do not put any sort of pressure on yourself when you're filling in the shapes. As you can see, my lines are crooked, my patterns are not symmetrical. Sometimes my lines come out of the boxes or the shape that it's supposed to be inside. I did not worry about making it perfect at all. All I did was just focus on creating something in each shape. I think that one of the biggest killers of creativity is pressure. The pressure to create something perfect often cripples us, and we find that we can't even start. The pressure of a deadline can also prevent us from being creative. Usually, we can't move a deadline or do anything about that. But what we can do is learn to focus on just the creative process and not on the deadline. By doing this exercise, you learn to focus on only one part of the big picture. Instead of trying to create one big piece of art, you will focus on only filling in each shape, one by one. This trick helps you start creating just for creativity's sake. And by doing that, you will begin to move away from the pressure we tend to put on ourselves. Give it a try, and soon you will feel your creative juices start flowing again. Try to create a different pattern in each shape. If you find that you are running out of ideas, start to look around you and look for patterns. For example, as I was sitting by my desk drawing this, I saw my pen collection in front of me. The first thing I saw were the tops of my Papermate Flare pens, and I saw a plus sign in a circle. If you have a Papermate Flare, look at the top of the cap. So I drew that as one of my patterns. Start to look around you with a different point of view. When you actively look for patterns, you'll see that even everyday household items can inspire you. This is another benefit to doing this creativity trick. Not only will it help you focus on just creating without pressure, this exercise also helps you realize that inspiration is everywhere if you just know how to look for it. So you might not be an illustrator like me and are wondering if this exercise will help you with your creative block. If you're a scrapbooker or a creative planner, then doing a drawing exercise like this one may not be the right fit, but you can still use the concept of this trick. Focus on one small project at a time. For example, if you find yourself stuck on creating a 12x12 scrapbook layout, cut out small 2x2 or 2x3 pieces of cardstock and just try to create tiny scrapbook layouts. Turning our attention to very small projects really does the trick. When you have a creative block, somehow the project that you have to do seems like such a huge thing. And then because of that, we feel overwhelmed, which makes the situation even worse. Suddenly, we find ourselves stuck and not able to create anything. If you're at that point, I urge you to try this trick. This doodling trick helped me so much, and I truly believe it'll help you too whenever you feel stuck. Remember not to overthink when doing this exercise. Your patterns do not have to be complicated or unique. As you can see, some of my patterns are just simple lines or simple dots. So don't try to think about it and just let your pen flow. Do you want to learn how to doodle in a very easy step-by-step way? If you're new to my channel, you might not have seen the doodle tutorials that I have on my channel. I have a little series called Doodle with Bella, where I teach my husband and all of you how to draw cute things very easily. Both of us love filming it, but a lot of new exciting things have happened in the past year, from opening up my new shop, themodestcat.com, to becoming a workshop leader and vendor. So we haven't been able to film any recent episodes. But we do plan on picking the series back up because a lot of you have told us that you love the tutorials, and we hear you. And I really love teaching. In fact, I'm teaching a doodle workshop next week in Arizona for Plancation. I'm so excited. I even created a special workbook for it. So once I get back from my trip, I'll start working on more doodle tutorials for this channel. If you watch my Instagram stories, you might have already known all of this. If you want to get the latest updates from me, follow me on Instagram. I'm at themodestcat over there. Like I mentioned before, this doodle exercise really helped me get into that creative space again. But I think this trick is useful even when you don't feel creatively stuck. It can help you transition from work mode to an artistic mode. For example, if you've been working on other things all day that do not require creativity, like studying or running errands, for example, doing this quick trick before going into your art projects can help your brain transition into that creative mindset, and it'll help you produce better artwork. You don't have to do as many shapes as I did either. You can just do 5 circles just to help you transition. This doodle exercise is also a great stress reliever. It's kind of like doing those adult coloring books, except it challenges you to be a bit more creative. And at the end of it, you might see that you created a beautiful piece of artwork that you didn't even expect. If you try this trick I showed you, I'd love to see what you create. Take a picture of what you created and post it in our Facebook group so that we can all appreciate it. You can also tag me on Instagram if you post it over there. Use the hashtag TMCDoodles and tag me. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe for more creative videos. Until next time, bye!